We were up there, had our flashlights, up there at the pew and stuff, and the door just slammed that we walked into. There's an old church. I know we're not saying places, but there's an old church from close to where I live at, and it's an old abandoned church that's been up there for years and years and years. And through high school, man, a lot of youngins, a lot of teenagers, early 20s, they always would go up there like closer to Halloween or closer to this or closer to this because truthfully, man, there was like a backstory that you could look up and it would tell you like, I always thought it was like folktale bullshit, just a bunch of you go in there, haunted spirits, all kinds of stuff, We were up there, had our flashlights, up there at the pew and stuff, and the door just slammed that we walked into. And I mean, it was the peeling white door, an old wooden white church would have been. It's been abandoned for years. And it just slammed. I mean, it slammed. It sounded like somebody grabbed a hold of it. Well, then me and him was kind of freaked out because I was like, man, somebody's up here. Somebody knows that we're up here. And so we went outside, man. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. And you could hear something banging on the door. And he come back out there, and all of a sudden he looked at me and he was like, dude, why'd you come in there banging on the door? And I was like, dude, I didn't bang on the door. And he was just like, well, man, let's get the hell out of here.
Are you telling me it took you that fucking long to tell me a goddamn story about a fucking banging goddamn
We didn't